Which one?
Yep, thank you. Hello.
Good evening. Welcome to Bars and Bells. My name is Lauren.
I'm Ian.
And this is our Strength and Swings class where we play with our kettlebell strength. They're off to the side. We'll do a quick body weight warm up and then we'll get to those bells. Stay tuned for some get ups and some single arm swings.
And presses. I'm not sure if you mentioned presses. We'll be pressing all the way through that get up a little bit as a warm up as well. Stay in a position comfortable for you with those palms facing forward. Light chin tuck in, and at the shoulder blades today, elevate a little bit. Try to suck into a straw as if to touch your sidelines or those IT bands. Then light effort off. Then at that armpit shoulder blade again, pull down. Think of anti-shrug muscles to pull down. Those will be really handy for your press. And then relax. Looking at your hands or at Lauren's on that side, round the shoulders forward as if to slide the blades around that rib cage. Then let's get in touch with that shield of abs right away as we pull the shoulder blades together. And just by a little bit, pull the rib cage down. Let's do one more of those, shoulder blades rounding forward. And more importantly, shoulder blades back with that rib cage on. Add a little shake, add a little wiggle. One thing through the rib cage for me, I like to start opening up that stance into a squat. Let's grab on to our flap jacket here, hook those fingers on your clavicles, and do our chin tuck again, getting nice and tall. I'll look to my right towards Lauren, and then with my hips staying forward, I'll move through that rib cage, T-spine, and head back to center. Let the rib cage follow. Squeeze the glutes, chin tuck in, rotate the other way. Keep the shoulder blades together in retraction. Twist upper body, rotate head, shoulders. It's the last move for me, then we'll hand it to Lauren. It's that head rotation. Rotation back, shoulders follow. Last time. Open up that rib cage T-spine again for overhead mobility like in that press.
Let's warm up our hinges for 3 in a row, and then we will warm up our lunge because we're doing some get-ups. So first, we'll chop our hips and push them back in a regular hinge position. Fairly vertical shins, toes are heavy. We have a little bit of that chest towards the front of the room, so we're not completely folded in half here. Feel those hamstrings for 3, 2, then push down and out and come to tall. Let's add on one little thing here. You will not do this in the swing, but we're going to take our hinge and we'll lightly tuck our tailbone under or pull on those abs, ribs to hips, and then slowly tilt the tailbone towards the ceiling. And somewhere in between to keep that core brace and then push down and away to stand up tall. One last one, we'll chop the hips back. We'll transfer weight to a single leg, pointing the other leg out to the side. Stay in that hinge position as you reach all the way around the back. Square up the hips, load up that standing leg hip as you drive through and stand up tall. Step one more time on the other side. Hip hinge, transfer weight, reach long as you go all the way around to the back. Square up the shoulders and hips, load up that axis as you extend your hip forward. Let's do a low loaded hold here mixed with some warm-up lunges. So grabbing a bell, maybe the lighter bell of your choice, depending on what you have. Let's stand over top, use our hinge, grip, square up your shoulders, pack, lift, and step that bell to beside you. With our shoulder, we have slightly elevated, slightly retracted position. We're square to the front of the room, our cheeks are squeezed. If we were lazy, it would pull us over, but we're not lazy, so we're staying up tall. Let's hold this bell for 5, 4, 3, bring it in front, use your hinge, both hips go back, square, 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 up without. Switch sides, hinge, grip, pack, lift, step. Bells beside you, off your body, shoulder lightly elevated and retracted. Weights in even in both feet, cheeks are squeezed, lazy, not lazy, staying up tall. Breathe underneath that shield for 4, 3, 2, bring it in front, hip hinge, place it down. Lunge, take a single leg, step it back into your lunge position as if you're doing a get-up lunge.
You got room.
I have really long legs, so watch out.
You got room.
Pull the floor together, staying up nice and tall. Now continue pulling the floor together as we slowly descend. Keeping the hips level, soft landing on that landing. Push the floor forward and back and come back up to tall. Now let's do the same thing, but let's elevate that front heel. So peel that front heel up off the floor and still continue to pull the floor together. Front femur pulls in, soft landing. Can we keep that heel up and press back up? And then last lunge, heel down, pull yourself down, 3, 2, 1, and then hop, together. Good. Shake it out.
Lauren and her lunges here.
Double L. Switch legs. Step back lunge. First one, slow-mo. Pulling the floor, hips remaining level. Front leg pulling in. Back hip extending forward. Ribs over top of hips, land. Then push forward, push back, back up. Heel comes up off the floor. Continue your descent. Pulling down, squaring up.
That is one heck of a quad stretch there.
Soft
Lauren.
landing. Then stay on that front ball of foot. Come back up to tall. Heel's gonna come down. Last lunge here. Pull together. And then whoop, together.
I want to take over from here, Lauren, because those were really hard on our legs.
Were they?
Or were they? I don't know. Let us know about that comment. What were you thinking next for that warm-up?
Maybe a rack hold.
Oh, let's get those shoulders going.
Or overhead.
Shoulders, and I'll take a quick shoulder warm-up, and we'll get going on those presses.
So the rack it is, I guess. Over top of our bell, we'll hold our bell in a rack position. The position we'll press out of. Use your hinge. Grip 1, 2, pull, and rack. Check out yourself. You look good. Vertical forearm, wrist nice and straight. Don't let that bell pull your wrist over. Grip it tight. Think about pressing that bell. The strong base you need to do that for 3, 2, step, hinge, place down, up without. Second side, hinge, grip, rack, vertical forearm, ribs over top. Stay square. Think about pressing that bell for 4, 3, 2, 2 hands, use your hinge, and park the bell.
Excellent. Really quick body weight exercise, the press. Because I feel very tall today, I'll be going down to my tall press on my knees. Stay tall like Lauren, or come on down just
I think I have room.
Like that. With those palms facing forward, easy does it on a biceps curl, so your fingertips face up. Make light fists. Check in with the wrist position. Are those pinkies pointing up? Try to make that our priority as we go through our press. Lightly elevate the shoulders, but that's it. Those shoulder blades are down after that today. And low effort, press. With your imagination, press those arms overhead. Are those pinky knuckles still facing the ceiling and those elbows straight? Is that rib cage down? Elevate the shoulders. I guess I lied because that is our last time that we're doing that. And when you pull and push, pull through the armpit first, bending through those elbows on both sides and return to the rack position. Easy does it on the arms down. Shake it out. Always, before you press, check in on those shoulder mobility issues, work on the basics, and even a body weight press could be really, really good.
Excellent. To warm up, watch out. To warm up, what were you going to say? Watch out.
Oop, that one, not this one.
Both of them.
Both of them.
Just watch out. Eyes up. Okay, we're going to come down to the floor and do a get up. We're going to press in every single position. Up, and then we'll come down without pressing. So grab a bell. I would suggest maybe a slightly lighter bell than you'll use for the rest of your workout today. We'll start in our cuddle. We'll roll to our back. First option for your first press is to do a single hand press into the firing range. So you can go 2 hands roll, elbows on the floor, and then hump. Next, we'll find our other elbow by driving our hip, pulling. We'll pull the bell down with our lat, and then boom. Next to the hand. As you pull this bell down, try to maintain that vertical or perpendicular forearm towards the floor. Sweep. We'll skip this one. Extend the hips. Lunge. From your tall lunge position, pull the bell down. Up to press. Stand up tall. One more press. Pull the bell down. Up to press. Now, a nice smooth get up to take us back to the floor. Rotating around that bell, keeping the shoulder packed, and returning to your back. Pull the bell down, return to your cuddle. Whew. Take a second off. Let's repeat on the second side.
Sounds good.
We'll start with that cuddle, but then, if you'd like, one hand only on the bell, elbow on the floor press to the elbow. Pull the bell down, vertical forearm, and up to the hand. Again, pull the bell down, lat engaged, vertical forearm, up, bridge, sweep. One day we'll bend press, but not today. Front foot moves, square up that lunge, pull down, to tall. Stand to press. One last time. Pull down. Press to tall. Get up to the floor. Take your time. Sweeping around that bell to the elbow and slowly to your back. Pulling the bell down, returning it to the floor. Take a second off. Let's come to standing
Excellent.
because that's where
Yes,
we'll
we'll be
warm up
starting
our-
our get-ups from the pressing position today, so lots of volume for the press, as well as that one-arm swing. So with Lauren, or with me in just a second, let's just do about 3 to 5 repetitions of that one-arm swing. Do you know what we're talking about? If not, that's okay. Work on Lauren's body weight hinge first, perhaps, then load it with that deadlift like our loaded carries, and learn to progress to be just like Lauren. Same thing other side. Pack the shoulder. Tall stand. Abs are on. Glutes are on. And Lauren has more cues, I'm sure. So I'll do the same thing.
take your time here. Set up behind your bell. Use your hips to drive that bell through. At the top, you're in that plank-like position. Legs nice and straight. I only did 3 for the record.
And I'm gonna do,
Saved it.
I'll keep it even this time, but I'll remember that.
Same thing on the other side. Retracted shoulder at the top. So what that means is not letting that bell pull your arm forward. Keep it back. Eyes. Well, we'll talk about that later. Use your hips.
Use your hips.
Okay, here's the routine. Right? We're ready for the routine?
I'm ready.
Okay.
We'll come back to those swings, I'm sure, though.
Yes. Round 1. We'll take our bell, press it overhead, get down all the way with it, and come back up. Do that on the right, the left, or the left, the right, and then followed by swings. Let's first start over top of our bell. Use our hinge, pull to the rack position, and press overhead. Leg you can touch, drops back. Take your time working around that bell towards the floor, thinking about each step independently, and then coming back up. Eyes are on the bell, sweeping that leg through. Now we'll start to look forward, square up the lunge, and then pull the bell down and return it to the floor. Take a little time off. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. Back over top of your bell. Hinge grip. Pull and press. To your step back lunge. Control the down. Rotate. Remember, we talked about keeping that elbow nice and straight as your hip found the floor. No slumping into that. Back on the up. Breathe. Press the floor away. Front foot moves up to tall. Return the bell to the floor. 2 hands down. And now. And now.
And now it's my turn to swing. It's one-arm
I can
swings
go
again,
first.
and we'll do 5. It's that shoulder pack, 5 swings. Again, if the swing isn't for you today, just perhaps practice that one-arm groove or a shadow swing. Take your time as you build your strength.
Even a single arm deadlift.
Nice, good cue too.
So pack shoulder before you pick it up. Pull the bell to the zipper and whoop-pow. Again, it's all the power from your hips that drive that bell forward into that light floating position.
Whew. I had an aha moment right there. At our certification recently, they said on that one-arm swing, aim to track the side of your hips that the bell is loaded on. I think in a previous set, I was finding the middle, and that time I really found the leg of the loaded side. I felt really strong. Maybe try that out.
One thing to note though, if you do that, make sure both hips still drive forward evenly. Watch out that we don't get that little bit of twist. So still think belt buckle forward. All right, that was round 1. How did it go?
Pretty good.
Round 2, as we've worked on here. This time, press, get up, down, come back up. Repeat on the other side. Over top of your bell, hinge, rack. It's a press, a pull down, a press, and then a get down. Again, take your time. Right here, sweep with a straight elbow to your back with control. Heavy off leg as you press to your elbow, to your hand. Sweep. And keeping those hips level, using that forward back tension. pulling the bell down, and returning it to the floor.
Lauren's doing it all the while talking. Pretty tough today.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's why I kept the bell I kept.
I know. I'm realizing maybe I might need to switch, and that's okay. Listen to those cues that your heart rate or your grips are telling you. Maintain your strength.
So I do have a heavier bell off to the side that I was intending to use, but throughout that warm-up, I decided that both my brain and my body would prefer the lighter bell. So that's what I've stuck with here.
So ready for this challenge, but it feels a little tough.
Other side, 2 presses. Rack, press 1, and press 2. Here we go, that free leg. And some days we have those days where weights just feel a little bit heavier. We might not have slept well. We might have been preoccupied with other thoughts. So choose a bell that works for you on that day. Don't worry, you won't lose progress. You're pressing the floor away. Front foot moves. Stand up. Control the down. And then park.
Along those lines, in the warm-up, rather before the warm-up, off camera, we said 5-8, 5-8, 5-8 swings. I think my body's saying 5, so you're gonna do 8 or 5?
I'll do 8 with this. Yeah.
If you're doing 8 swings, I go, you go. Enjoy those, Lauren. Breath in, breath out. Nice and slow. Match those breathing cues with Lauren on those swings. Breath in when the kettlebell's going back. Tension when that kettlebell's coming forward. What's nice about 8s and 5s and your partner does that is we get a little more rest.
So still keeping that tension high though. It might be a little bit of a lighter bell, but it just means you don't have to the bell as much as if it was a heavier bell.
Yeah.
Technical term.
Find the right dial. Find that right amplitude to get the results on the heart rate and the full body strength that you want. So Lauren's keeping that elbow nice and straight, enjoying that kettlebell float. We worked so hard to get it here. Pause and then down. Pause and down. Really nice. Great looking swings.
In and out the nose there. Again, trying to match that exhale with that strong hip snap through. Staying up nice and ramrod tall. Shoulders retracted. We have round 3 here today. Round 3 equals 3 presses.
Oh, geez.
So
3 more seconds rest then.
okay, 30 more seconds rest.
I said 3, but I'll take 30.
If 3 is not the number for you today, pick one that's less than 3. Let's make this our second last set. So prepare for one more get up round after this one.
Cool.
Okay. If you're ready, are you ready?
Yeah. A couple extra breaths hopefully helps recover and ready to do it.
4, 3, 2,
Opposite Lauren's
let's
back
press. Hip hinge, grip, up to 3. 1, pull down. 2, pull down. And 3. Keep it up there. Take your time working around that bell. And coming towards the floor. Hips, hands, bridge sweeps. Breathing, pressing, and then pulling down with control. Park that bell. How'd that go?
It's going really well. It really is. But it is a little harder today.
Either that rad is pumping or Ian is hot.
Both.
I think so.
Yeah.
All right, same thing on the other side.
Okay, 3.
2, 1, hinge. Ready? Press 1. Inhale down. Press 2. That off arm has tension and you still have cheeks and abs. Here we go. We step back 1. Oh, sorry. Take your time. Breathe. Pack shoulders, straight elbows, and press to the floor. Try to keep that leg heavy as you drive to your elbow. Sweeping underneath. Looking forward through your lunge, using that back leg, and then parking that bell.
Parking that bell. Because those 8s in the bunch. Are you there, Lauren? More like a 5. Waving loads is great. Staying high on that 8, if that's really strong.
You're an extra. I was going to give you extra rest. You can do 10.
Extra rest. 10. What's your number? 5, 8, 10. Choose. A little choose your own adventure and wave that volume for power and for that aerobic endurance that I apparently need today. Look at those toes. Can you see them? They're turning white. They're rooted. You can barely see them. They're in the ground.
5 for Ian today here. So again, pick your number. I am using that little bit of a lighter bell, so I thought 10 reps would feel nice. Get the pattern going, get that endurance back, feel the load.
Feeling that load. Making sure it's secure. So again, Lauren's hand is a firm grip. The elbow is straight. And I know she's already talked about that shoulder blade in that retracted position. Load that kettlebell onto your abs through tightening up that chain on the arm to blade to core. Nice. And keep breathing like not normal, but pretty darn good.
It's okay. We each have our strengths. Some of us are just good at all it. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. Totally joking. But that joke threw me off. So we have one last round, down and up. I want you to pick the number of presses you'd like to do this round. 1, 2, 3s, maybe 4s.
What are you doing?
I think I'm gonna do 3 again. 3 again.
Down.
Okay, you choose your number. Last get-ups for 10 total today. Here we go, hip hinge, grip, and your number of presses here. Still using all the techniques we discussed and keeping your breathing together with those presses. Controlling the last get up down on this side. And back up. Take your time. Square up. Come to tall. Pull that bell down and park it. Take a second off. We have 2 sides. One last time. Try to do the same number of reps as you did on that first side for the second side of presses. Good?
Thanks for checking in on me, Lauren.
Always. Here we go. Second side. 3 presses. 1, 2, 3. That leg you can touch, that's the leg that drops back. Straight elbow. Pushing away from the hand. Pressing the floor away. And then finishing that last rep with control. But of course, we have one more set of swings.
Calm the breath down, try to breathe in the nose and slow out. Into the nose, slow out if you're recovering. You're swimming with Lauren. Hey. Yeah. Hiya breath. As you're squeezing your glutes, firing that kettlebell, not out into space, but out into that place in the float. 5 swings for us, or maybe it's a 10. Challenge yourself.
I did 8. Met myself in the middle there. But continue to match that off arm swings with you. If it gets confused and lost, tap the bell out front. Tap the bell out front. Last set.
Set of swings. How did you feel about that first set? Bodyweight set that you're doing. Remember those deadlifts. Gain strength, gain confidence, finish with integrity. We are going to feel challenged with those 2. On that cue, breathe in, breathe out. Let's power up one more time.
Last set of swings for here for Team Ian. And then we'll challenge that recovery breath once the bell goes down. If you're with me, getting a little bonus recovery time here. It's in and out through the nose. In and out. In and out. Let's add on in and hold and out. In, hold, and out. Hold. In, hold, in, hold, out, hold. One more round. In, hold, in, In, hold, out, last hold, and relax. So I didn't catch that under your breath.
That was a quick in for me on that last one. We're watching out for those kettlebells behind us. Put yours away safely as well. And thank you very much for being here today. Our strength and swing class, specializing in that get up and press. 30 minutes only.
What an
Since
efficient.
you might be here last, we have received our most subscribers to our channel. Yeah, like 5 in 2 days. Wow. So if you haven't already, subscribe, like, share with your family and friends. And come back, on
Thursday, where we go to the other side of the room and we work on our hip mobility and strength as well as more presses, because who doesn't want to do that?
Yeah.
We might even throw in some single arm rows this week, so stay tuned. It could be very exciting.
Okay.
Until then, like,
Releve-
subscribe,
releves and rows.
check out our website as well as our Patreon page to help us continue doing what we're doing. Until next time, take care
Stay strong.
and train soon.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.